Good morning, I'm Kim Sargente, and I'd like to give you a little bit of a perspective on something that's been bothering me, and I want to share, just only to be understood. Today's a beautiful Sunday morning. I just came from church here in Huntington Beach. I'm at Mother's Market now, about to grab something, and I wanted to share with you this. But first, let me give you an analogy. Imagine like you're out in public, you're in broad daylight. Someone comes up to you with a pen and they start stabbing you with it. Let's just say at first that they're drawing on you. They're drawing on you with the pen, drawing on your arm, and then they just get more and more out of hand and out of line. The next thing you know, they're stabbing you. They're literally stabbing you with the pen. They're literally like taking the pen, they're sticking you in the arm with it, they're jabbing you with the pen. Now imagine a third party, 1, 2, 3. There's you, there's a person stabbing you, and then the third party shows up and they say, look at this man, this is Kim Sargente. See what he's doing? He's stabbing them with a pen. This is what he does. Kim Sargente stabs people with a pen. He's stabbing with the pen. You see that? Now, if you're the person, namely Kim Sargente, and you're being stabbed with a pen, and a person comes up and says, Kim stabs people with pens, see what he's doing? And they're just telling you the exact opposite of what your eyes are seeing. Your eyes are not lying to you, but the person is. So I had an incident quite a few months back. I was in downtown Huntington Beach. This is where I'm out of, Huntington Beach. Bought a house here in 2011. Or moved here in 2011. Yeah, my wife worked for the city for the Huntington Beach for 17 years. So I feel comfortable in Huntington Beach, but I don't like going downtown, Main Street. It's very commercial and it's very urban. But let me give you this scenario. I was there and my friend was there with a megaphone. And, I guess he put his megaphone down and this belligerent person grabbed his megaphone and kept it from him and wasn't giving it back to him. Now, I have my own megaphone, and people have tried to steal my megaphone. People have stabbed me with needles. People have spit on me. They've thrown drinks on me over my megaphone. They tried to rip it from me. One time I got thrown down some stairs with my megaphone by a crowd of BLM outside a courthouse. So it kind of touches home when someone tries to take someone's megaphone. I managed to get a hold of the megaphone. I got it back. I can't remember the details, but I think they set it down for a moment and I picked it up and I had it under my arm. The individual who had taken my friend's megaphone then started to try and grab it from me, and I held on to it and I had possession of it. So as I'm holding the megaphone and they're like trying to like pry my fingers loose from the megaphone, a sheriff's deputy once told me about an incident where some women were holding their American flags and some gang members came up. This recently happened a few months ago, and they tried to rip the American flags from the ladies. And he asked, well, did the lady hold on to the flagpole? And I said, yes. He said, well, then that's not a robbery, that's an assault. He said, because if she held on to it and he's jerking it from her, he's moving her. That means that she could fall and hurt herself. Could dislocate her shoulder. So because she held on to it and the person trying to take the flag from her was jerking at the gang member, that's an assault. It's not just a simple robbery. Same thing with the megaphone. Because I held on to it, technically I'm being assaulted. I'm being attacked because I'm not letting go. If I just let it go, I've been deprived of property, but I'm not letting go. And so this woman who's drunk and belligerent is jerking on it. So for a third party to come up and film, it's disingenuous. It's actually outright bald-faced lying. And it's hurtful. It's adding insult to injury. I'm suffering an attack. And there was an individual saying, this is Kim Sargente. This is what he does. He attacks women. And nothing can be further from the truth. Or like we living in clown world where everything's up and down is up and upside down and it's all backwards. I don't think so yet. I hope not. God, I hope not. But that's the premise of this disagreement. This woman has been harassing me, and she literally will have video of herself following me. And then she walks away after harassing me and trying to incite me and says, that's my stalker. That's my stalker. Are you tracking with what I'm saying? I got an individual that follows me and refers to me as their stalker. I got an individual that films me holding on to property that I have permission to have, and I have possession of. And they call me attacking a woman who's actually trying to like violently and physically take that property from me. So this is backwards. This is clown world. I first met this woman because an individual was asking a politician if he was willing to put American workers first over foreign workers. And this woman yelled, "Okay, Antifa." Again, opposite. Antifa's position is that foreign workers got nothing coming. They benefited too long from the empire of America, and we need to give more of the wealth and opportunity to people from other third world countries, foreign workers, that Americans have nothing coming. That's Antifa's position. Simultaneously, that position aligned up with what this politician was saying, is we need more immigrants to do the jobs that Americans won't do. Well, those jobs will be done by Americans if they pay a living wage, which is something that Democrats are always crying about, a living wage. Well, how are you going to have a desire for a living wage while you flood the job market with people that will work for less, that will work for under a living wage because they're living from a third world standard? But I digress. That's a different subject. But on that note, I'm just comparing how this woman oftentimes will call things the opposite of the way they are supposed to be seen. She'll call somebody asking about putting American workers first Antifa, when Antifa will not put American workers first. She'll call a person that's being accosted physically and attacked for a megaphone an attacker. So she'll call a person that's like trying to stay away from her and walk away from her or ignore her, or have nothing to do with her stalker. Am I making myself clear? Are you seeing a pattern? Because pattern recognition is a sign of intelligence. And I know there's a lot of intelligent people out there, and they simply need the facts to process and come to a sensible conclusion. That's why I'm sharing this right now. I'm part of this group. I believe in Jesus Christ's words, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. And I translate into things like this. Before I come to conclusions, I want people to share with me information. I would like for a person to share with me information so I can come to a sensible conclusion. So I'm willing to do that unto others. I'm willing to share information so other people can come to sensible conclusions as well. That's one of the many aspects of my interpretation of do unto others as I would have them do unto me, is to be conscientious and courteous like that and give people that courtesy of letting them know what I know. Because when information is there, we're not operating in darkness, we're operating in the light, and that's good. So that's my message for today. Thank you and God bless you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm an open book. Goodbye.